Water is life. Although we hardly notice, every day, in almost every way, we make use of this indispensable element. However, we are becoming less and less sure that it is a pure and natural substance. Often the raw tap water we use every day is full of impurities and other suspended matter. Apart from the obvious health issues consuming it, it also leads to the scaling up of household pipes, plumbing fittings, heating elements of hot water systems, and water-using appliances like washing machines and dishwashers with calcite and other minerals. This causes a number of serious problems, the most common being the furring up of pipes, plumbing fittings and household water-using appliances with solid scale deposits. These deposits cause reduced water pressure, reduced efficiency of hot water systems and all water-using appliances. It also shortens the working life of this equipment and increases energy costs to run them. Just a 0.1 millimetre scale build-up can increase electricity costs by up to 25%. Although scale can be reduced by chemicals, these cause corrosion and eventually cause pollution when chemically laden water is discharged into the oceans. The organic water conditioner focuses a powerful, rare earth magnetic field through the pipe wall into the water being treated. This magnetic field requires no electricity, is permanent, environmentally friendly, and requires no ongoing maintenance. All water atoms and minerals like scale-forming calcite ionise as they pass through the magnetic field. The calcite particles reduce in size to aragonite and are prevented from adhering to other particles or to any surface they come in contact with. So instead of precipitating out of the water and bonding to any surfaces, these much smaller particles are held in suspension and break down existing deposits in pipes, plumbing fittings and on heating elements, and are then easily flushed through the plumbing system. This in turn eliminates algae and bacteria, which would normally feed off the scale in pipes. Water treated this way has no change in its chemical equilibrium, only in its physics. The pipes stay perfectly clean, heating elements are unimpaired, thus retaining optimum performance. Electrical appliances work much more efficiently, last longer and use less electricity.
Farmers are not easily impressed by claims about anything, so when big claims were made for the powers of magnetised water, sceptical might be an understatement. Then they tried it. Frank Pangello reports.
Look at these beautiful big strawberries growing with the magic water, and they taste beautiful as well.
We're getting better quality fruit, getting bigger yields, and you're saving water. You can't beat that.
Could this be the answer to the nation's water crisis and the salvation of our parched and shrivelling gardens?
Farmers will love it, absolutely love it, they do. Environmentalists will love this technology. Industrialists, all those people looking to reduce carbon emissions will love it. Therefore, government will love it. And even people at home will love this technology.
The technology is ever so simple, treating water with powerful magnets. Farmers across Australia are raving about the results.
What do you think of that?
Superb.
They are beautiful, aren't they?
And
yeah.
Thanks to using that water.
Yeah, it is. And without that, I don't think we'd have this. We've never had them like this before, so...
What's more, it also has scientists excited. But more about that shortly. First, the hands-on experience of those using it.
When you first heard about it, were you a bit sceptical?
Very sceptical. We always thought that, you know, put it in, see what happens, it probably won't work. 8 weeks later, we're just blown away.
Chances are you've probably enjoyed Jim Rapepi's strawberries. ASD is the biggest supplier in the country. Jim's been using magnetic water on his farms in Victoria for almost a year.
This block's always been our driest block. We've always had a lot of trouble getting the moisture into the soil. And we put the magnetic water system through, and within 6 weeks we found that the block was actually a lot more wetter than the rest of the blocks, and we actually had to back off watering.
So you save water.
Oh, definitely. We're saving between 25–30%.
The water is pumped through magnets fixed inside this pipe, but it's what's coming out at the other end that has growers like Jim scratching their head in amazement.
Do you use it just on the farm? You use it in the home as well?
Yeah, we actually got magnets for our own use in the house. It's healthy. Yeah, have a shower. My wife's noticed the difference even in her washing. She's using less soap.
Griffith citrus and grape grower John Violi's computerised irrigation system has given him an accurate comparison of his water use before and after installing the magnetic system.
We've noticed much better overall plant vigour, much better plant health. We've seen bunch weights now reaching harvest going 40 to 50% heavier than they were last year. It's quite evident that the technology works.
And just up the road, Randy Amaro, Australia's largest rock melon supplier, has picked an incredible 30,000 more melons on this 20-hectare patch using magnetised water, compared with another field nearby using regular irrigation water.
At first I thought it was a lot of bull, but the proof's in the melons. We're getting more melons. Very surprising though. The quality of the melons, everything was up above the crop beside it, and it was very good.
Molecular structure of water changes as it travels through the magnetic fields.
Many farmers that have implemented the systems have already had such significant benefits, they've paid for their systems many times over.
Ingrid's company has been installing the system for farmers to try out before they buy them. One like this would cost around $10,000 and last up to 15 years. There are also smaller pipe fittings for home use. As for the scientific evidence, a controlled trial using magnetic water on various plants has just been completed at the University of Western Sydney. They seem to confirm what the farmers have been reporting, including crop yields increasing up to 23%, boosting growth in some plants while using less water.
The scientific research proves that it's true and how and why it's true, and it works. And that has been supported by controlled trials by our farmers in the field.
In water, H2O molecules are never in isolation. They form clusters and chains where they group together. Ordinary tap and bottled waters consist of clusters of 10 to 30 H2O molecules. For optimum uptake of water into the body, the H2O clusters must be smaller than this. Rapid hydration technology breaks down these larger clusters into smaller groupings of 5. This allows the water to be taken up at the cellular level in the body much faster. The larger the H2O clusters, the slower and less efficient it is for the water to penetrate the cell walls. The smaller the clusters, the quicker and easier it is for the water to pass through the membranes of the cell walls to transport nutrients and flush out wastes and toxins faster and more effectively. Rapid hydration's cutting-edge technology rapidly rehydrates your body so you recover from exercise and overindulgence much faster and more efficiently with less water.
Hey Glenn, how are you?
Hi Mike, how you doing?
Not too bad.
That's good.
Tell us a little bit about rapid hydration.
Well, rapid hydration technology, Mike, it's a physics process which actually restructures water. H2O molecules, as we know them, are never in isolation. That means they're not on their own in bottled waters or tap water or whatever. They're in clusters or groupings of around 30. So what happens, this process actually breaks it down into smaller clusters or groupings of 5, which means at the cellular level in our bodies it's taken up much quicker.
I believe a couple of the AFL football clubs are experimenting with this technology.
Yeah, we did some work with a couple of the AFL clubs and where we took some of the players off each list and we put them on rapid hydration technology, and their hydration levels went from fair to very good using this technology.
Oh, interesting. How many glasses of water should you have a day?
Well, it depends on the weight and the amount of exercise you do, but a mean average is around 8 glasses. That's just a normal 300ml glass, which is about 2 litres a day.
Can you substitute sports drinks for water?
Well, sports drinks in moderation are fine to supplement your water intake. However, if that's all you're drinking, these things contain caffeine, sugars and salts, and what happens, they can actually dehydrate and clog up your system. So you can't count those as water. If you count those as water, you're actually shortchanging your health.
Really?
Yeah.
Tap water versus filtered water.
Well, the only thing that should be in water is water, Mike. Our body likes water that's free from chlorine, from pesticides, from heavy metals and other things that can get into tap water. So purified water is not only healthier for us, it tastes a lot better, so you're more likely to drink your quota for the day.
So they take all the chlorine and all the impurities out.
Exactly, so it tastes much better, so it's easier to drink. So that's got to be better for us.
I've noticed it's got a real clean flavour.
It has, yeah.
Being in the gym, I've seen you drink out of glass. Now, glass versus plastic, which one's better?
Well, glass in my view, because plastic's made from crude oil, and what happens, extractions come out of the plastic. They actually leach into the water out of the plastic.
Yep.
And a recent German research or study showed that some of these extractions can cause nausea and depression and things of this nature. So much better out of glass, where you've got no extractions coming out of the container into the water.
Thanks for your time today, Glenn. It's been really interesting.
Thanks, Mike. Pleasure.